Hey, Kyle here from Animist Ecology. In this video, I want to share with you a simple breathwork practice you can use to breathe into nature, breathing in awe, this felt sense of awe, and breathing out wonder, this release of wonder, of connection to everything around you. So a very simple technique, and it's basically a rhythm of 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out. It's called coherent breathing, because studies have found this form of breathing helps create a coherent state between the brain and the heart, the mind and the body. And while the brain and the mind is very good for thinking and analysis and rumination and solving problems, the deeper issues in life are more about emotion and feeling and really connecting and being present in terms of like our development as human beings spiritually. So breathwork's a very powerful practice because it gives us this rhythm to easily quiet the mind, because the mind loves structure. When the mind has structure, it can relax. When it has no structure, it often runs amok. So this is a very good grounding practice that you can do anytime, anywhere you feel stress or anxiety or tension, and just ground yourself and have this deep relaxation. But I recommend doing it somewhere in nature, sitting on a bench, somewhere your back can be supported. Maybe you can take off your shoes as well and have your bare feet on the earth. That can also help ground you and induce more deeper relaxation. But this is a very simple pattern. So it's basically breathing in through the nose for a count of 5, and breathing out through the mouth for a count of 5. And when you're breathing out through the mouth, it can help to just kind of parse the lips a bit, so you breathe very gradually out of the mouth. And nasal breathing is associated with a nitric oxide release, which is good for your body and your heart, and it relaxes you. So you really generally want to always be breathing through your nose. And then breathing through your mouth is good for a release. Like when we breathe through the mouth, it's more easy to like just release any tension we're holding in our body. So I'm going to guide you through. I'll count you through initially, and you can just use this technique anytime, anywhere you need it. Okay, so breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now you have the pattern down. Now see if you can add in another layer of experience here. So when you're breathing in, feel the felt presence in your body. And the more we feel in our body, particularly around the energy center, the hara, in traditional Japanese culture, or it's called the dantian in traditional Chinese medicine. It's around our belly button, the abdomen, stomach area. When we really kind of notice how we're feeling in that area, we can expand this sense of felt presence, which often when we're in beautiful places can expand into this sense of awe. That's very beautiful and almost sublime and transcendent, in that awe diminishes this sense of like a separate self. And it helps us kind of reduce our thinking and rumination and feel more connected. And there's prosocial benefits of awe, and it makes us more kind and compassionate to both ourselves and to others, which is always very, very good thing. So when you're breathing in, what you can do is you can feel this felt presence in your body. And when you're breathing out, you just release any tension, and you just look around you as you're breathing out at just the wonder of it all, okay? And doing this can really help spark, childlike wonder and curiosity, how we felt as kids, just in amazement, before we were taught the way the world was through books and textbooks and lectures, when we actually saw it directly. We didn't have labels for everything, and we just were in this sense of amazement and wonder at all this new, fresh experience, right? But as adults, we often get caught up in our concepts, in labels, in this kind of disenchanted hyper-rationalism, materialistic way of approaching the world and reducing it to its parts, rather than just seeing the forest for the trees and seeing not just objects and things, but the kind of holistic experience of one single experience of the world around us, rather than always zeroing in on things and analyzing. So very, very powerful practice to awaken more of this childlike sense of awe and wonder and curiosity. So this time I'm not going to count it out, but I'll breathe with you and try to feel this felt presence in your body on the breath in, the breath animating your body, and then on the breath out, just release and just kind of notice just the beauty, the subtle beauty all around you. Okay? So breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, feeling the awe, feeling the felt presence. Breathe out, just release. Being present and alive to the world around you. Breathe in, feeling. Breathe out, releasing. Breathe in one more time. Breathe out. So super simple practice, but when you give your mind this structure, it really helps quiet the mind and tune more into your body. And the more tuned you are into your body and this parasympathetic relaxation response that happens when you breathe in this pattern, the more you awaken to aliveness and connection. And what this breathwork pattern does, it slows your breathing rate down to about 6 breaths a minute, which is less than half of the normal breathing we're doing in the day. And when we slow our breathing down and with a rhythm like that, it relaxes our body. And actually breathing less is actually better for our health. Breathing slower and rhythmically and through the nose is really the number one thing we can do for our health today, because so much of the world today stresses us, and when we're under stress, we breathe through the mouth, right? When you're doing intense exercise, you breathe through the mouth. When you're angry, you breathe through the mouth. And also in the world today, we have hyperstimulation of our senses through screens in particularly, right? Screens are super hyper stimulating to our senses, especially when we're on them 10 hours a day. And the Western diet also creates a lot of inflammation that can lead to mouth breathing. And if you look at indigenous tribes, people that live close to nature, they breathe very differently than modern people breathe. In fact, when Europeans encountered different indigenous tribes, the tribes would often had different terms for the Europeans as being these mouth breathers, as being these restless souls, because they weren't breathing properly. And the Hawaiians they had a word for that. I can't remember the word, but they had a word for the kind of restlessness that happens when you breathe through your mouth and you're always stressed and busy and your mind's always going. So a simple way to kind of quiet your mind, relax into your body, and tune more into this sense of felt presence, of awe, and this sense of release and connection of wonder. So give it a try. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you'll do it, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you go try this somewhere in nature, just 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Do it for about 5 to 10 minutes. I find 10 minutes is a sweet spot to really deepen into the alpha state, the parasympathetic response. But even a minute or two, when you're having a busy day and you want to get focused and you want to get relaxed, have this relaxed concentration, you ground yourself in this peace, in this kind of connection, in this aliveness, and then you can kind of go about your day. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful day, and may the breath and the forest be with you.